You've met the man who never raises his voice and is somehow the most dangerous one in the room. The calm one, the one who doesn't bristle when he's challenged, who doesn't need anyone to know what he's capable of. You've envied that. You've tried to copy it, the stillness, the unbothered thing, and you can't hold it. Within a day, something small gets under your skin, and the heat climbs your neck before you've decided anything. Here's what you got wrong about him. You thought his calm was control, that he's just better than you at holding it down. He isn't holding anything down. The difference between you and him isn't discipline. It's that he's been through something you haven't. And that heat you can't keep a lid on. You tell yourself it's your strength, your edge, the part of you that won't be pushed. You've got that backwards. The speed with which you reach for anger is the clearest sign you've never actually been tested. That under the man's body and the man's voice, there's a boy who was handed a sword and never sent anywhere with it. The two things every voice will tell you to do about it are both wrong. One side says get harder, more force, more dominance. The other says calm down, breathe, control it. Both are lying to you, because both think the problem is the amount of fight in you. It isn't. You don't have too much fight, or too little. You were never forged. By the end of this, you'll understand what's missing in you, and the one thing that fixes it. It isn't what you've been doing, and it will cost you something. There's an idea older than psychology, living in every culture that ever raised men. The warrior, not the brawler, not the man who wins fights, the warrior. Robert Moore spent his life mapping what that word means inside a man, and it has almost nothing to do with aggression. The warrior is force, but force that answers to something. He serves a cause larger than his own ego. He's disciplined. And strangest of all, the true warrior has already made his peace with his own death, and that peace is the source of his calm. He has nothing to prove, because he has already faced the only thing worth fearing. Picture that man, the one who's actually been through it. Notice how quiet he is. He doesn't bristle when he's challenged. He doesn't need you to know he's dangerous. The capacity is there, you can feel it, but it sits still. A blade in a sheath that doesn't need drawing. Now picture the other one. The man who talks about being a warrior, trains for a war that's never coming, tells you what he'd do if, loud, quick, always one comment from having to prove it. Here's the difference, and it's the whole video. One of them has bled, and one of them hasn't. The quiet man isn't holding anything down. He's already paid the price that buys a man his calm. The loud one is still gripping a clean sword, no scar on him anywhere, performing a hardness he's never once had to use. The display is the tell. The more a man needs to show you the blade, the more certain you can be it's never been bloodied. So how does a boy become the quiet one? For almost all of human history there was an answer, and every culture had its version. They called it initiation. At a certain age, the boy was taken, physically taken, out of the world of his mother and his comfort, by the older men. He was brought somewhere hard. Something was asked of him that he wasn't sure he could survive. He was frightened and alone, pushed past the edge of what he believed he could bear. And then, having met that edge and lived, he was brought back, and the whole village treated him as something he had not been a week earlier. A man, not because of his age, because of what he'd walked through. Robert Bly spent a whole book on what happened when we stopped. And we did stop. There's no ordeal now. No older men come for you. No one takes you anywhere. You get a body that grows into a man's shape on its own, a voice that drops, a job, and somewhere in the middle of it, the quiet assumption that you'll simply become a man by waiting. But it doesn't come by waiting. A boy doesn't turn into a man the way he turns into a taller boy. Something has to be passed through. And when nothing ever is, you get exactly what you see everywhere now, and maybe feel in yourself. A man's frame with an untested center. All the equipment, none of the forging. A boy, holding a sword, in the body of someone who should have been to war by now. And that boy, never tested, never sure what he's made of, is afraid. He doesn't know it as fear. He's never let himself feel it that clearly. He knows it as anger. The anger is the boy, throwing himself against the bars of a man he was never made into. Now the part that's actually about you, you're going to want to argue with it. You have spent your life, quietly, without ever once admitting it, avoiding the thing that could turn you. You chose the comfortable job over the one that might expose you, the argument you could win over the conversation you might lose, the room where you already know you're the best man in it. You filed the danger off your life and called it being smart, being stable, having it together. Carl Jung had a sentence for this, and it's merciless. Neurosis, he said, is always a substitute for legitimate suffering. Sit with that. There's a suffering that's legitimate. That's meant to happen to you. That does something to you that you actually need. And when a man spends his life dodging it, it doesn't vanish. It goes underground and turns into something uglier. A temper, a restlessness, a softness you can't name and can't stand. You traded the clean pain of the ordeal for the chronic ache of avoiding it. That softness you hate in yourself was never a flaw in your character. You've just never been allowed to find out what you're made of, because you've never walked toward anything that could break you. And the rage that leaks out of you over small things is that same boy, furious, because some part of him knows he's been kept safe long past the point where safety became a cage. So I'll say it as plainly as it can be said. You are not angry because you're strong. You are angry because you've never bled. And somewhere underneath, you know it. So what do? And here, I have to take away the two exits you were already reaching for. You don't fix this by getting harder. More force on top of an untested center is just a louder boy. And you don't fix it by calming down, by breathing through it and managing your temper like a leak to be contained. Containing it changes nothing. The anger was never the disease. It's the smoke. The fire is the initiation you never had. The only thing that works is the thing you've avoided your whole life. You have to go and get the wound. Find the arena that can actually defeat you, the thing that's real, that matters, that you are genuinely not sure you can do, and walk into it on purpose, not the safe version, the one with a real cost, where failing would take something from you. It might be a craft that will humble you for years before it ever rewards you. It might be saying the true thing to the one person whose answer could level you. It might be building something out in the open, where everyone can watch it fail. The arena doesn't matter. What matters is that it's real, that it can hurt you, and that you choose it anyway. Because that is what initiation actually is. Not a ritual someone performs on you. A test you walk toward, knowing the cost, and walking anyway. You bleed, and you live, and you come out holding the same sword. Except now, there's a scar on you, and you never need to show anyone the blade again. Go back to that quiet man, the one whose calm you envied without knowing why. You understand him now. He didn't hold his calm down with more willpower than you've got. He went somewhere you haven't gone yet. It cost him, and he came back. The peace you saw on him is the receipt. The heat you feel when you're challenged was never the warrior in you. It was the boy, still waiting to be sent. So stop sharpening a sword you've never used. Stop training for a war that isn't coming, and dodging the one fight that's actually yours. Go find the thing that can cut you, and let it. That's the only way the boy ever puts the sword down, and the man finally gets to pick it up.